Good afternoon. I almost said good afternoon, junkies. It's good evening, junkies. We need to slow this down a bit here. So, how's it going? How is everybody doing? We've made it through a second weekend of Holiday in the Park. And joining me tonight, we have Sarah, Kim, and Jamie. So, we're going to try not to have this go extremely long. I think last time we were like an hour and 45 minutes. So, we're going to try to keep this kind of short and to the point here. So it's going to be sort of miscellaneous housekeeping topic. I don't have an agenda or anything along those lines. So I'm going to actually just turn over to Sarah. Let Sarah kick this thing off here.
So maybe we should start with some updates of things we saw change between week 1 and week 2, because there were some very positive changes between those 2 weeks. Just to give an update, I know we try to post as we see them. We did see a marked improvement in mobile ordering. It did crash on Saturday, but I believe that wasn't in the park's hand. As I think I heard, it was at other parks as well. But the process for picking up food and the process for keeping people as distanced as possible while picking up food, there seems to be some attention to that. And then we saw, as we had hoped for, we saw hot chocolate refills moved outside of Trudy's. There's now a hot chocolate refill station, or hot cocoa, whatever you prefer to call it, out next to out next to where the 3-point shootout was.
By Strutters.
Yeah, across from Strutters. Not everyone knows, and they're waiting. You don't have to wait in the long line by Strutters for it. They have so many, I don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker, the hot beverage things. So there really wasn't much of a line there, especially if you don't have to pay for anything, just go up and show your band. As Jamie and Kim said, be real careful with the bands around your cups. They found a lot of them on the ground on Saturday, so they do come off.
Make sure
go ahead.
With that, make sure too that if you do get the refillable band, hold on to your receipt. Mm-hmm. Just in case that band does slip off, you've got proof that you've already purchased one.
Yeah, I had some, when there have been hiccups, I feel like the staff has been, it really helps that you see so many supervisors everywhere. The staff has been so kind and so accommodating, and they are working their tails off. It's just so busy. And I think one thing that we've never had, so regardless of what the capacity number is set at, and what the percentage is set at, that's not really something that's out there anyway. We've never had where there's really nowhere else to be but on the midways. And that is impactful. And I think when you're making your decision to go, you have to realize that will make it feel much more busy. And especially when you're out on the midways, and the midways are so interesting. There's a lot of stopping. I would hope that people if you're in a group, know that everyone's trying to keep a bubble around their group. So if your group expands and is pretty big and spread out, makes it harder for other groups to spread out. Try to keep in a bubble as you walk as best as you can. But I would say, timing wise, if you are there between 6 and about 7:30, that looks like that's about peak time. The busiest that it is, and you have to be prepared for that. I think my family has decided that 5:30 is like our new witching hour. We're done by 5:30, especially on Saturdays. We just are not into crowds or anything. So it is not dead. The park is not dead, and it is very exciting to see so many people there, but you just have to be prepared. If you do not want the peak crowds, get there at open and leave by 5:30. You can still eat. You can still catch 1 or 2 shows. Or if you caught a show at 5:30 and just left right after, you should be fine. Or plan not to come until 7:30. What time does the park close? Is it close at 9:30? 9?
9.
9? So even if you got there at 7:30 to 9, you really only need an hour and a half. And you could see plenty of shows and do plenty of things. They're not going to run out of food. You're fine. Well,
Yeah, 'cause hometown, I just noticed that hometown just seems to get a little bit crowded when the show lets out. When Wonderland lets out, there's not a lot of space for you to go. So if you happen to be walking through there and Wonderland lets out, you're kind of going to be caught in a little bit of a traffic jam, per se.
Yeah, not a bad
the tree
idea.
lighting.
Yeah, the tree lighting. If you come in not interested in crowds and it's around that tree lighting, go to the left of the carousel. Don't go to the right and get caught in the crowd leaving tree lighting and then going to Kaleidoscope and then getting meals. We have the best time. We don't need to see tree lighting every time. We're kind of blessed in that way that we have gone so many times. 5 o'clock when everyone else is at the tree lighting, that is when we eat dinner. And it's great.
Yeah, that only downside though, when you take that left around the park, and if you're hungry, you're not eating until you get back by Moose Burger.
Yep.
Yeah. Still nothing open on the side of the park.
Right, and Antoine's was closed most of the day yesterday, which caused Miss Kringle's funnel cake area to kind of have a little more of a backup. I'm not sure what time Antoine's open, but when we left, Antoine's was open, and that was probably about 8-ish. So I don't know when they actually opened up for the night.
I feel like you have to hunt for snacks. We didn't really cover a lot of snacks, but you do have to hunt for your snacks a little bit more than normal because we never in Holiday Park have all the little stands just because they're not heated. But I know that this was asked on Junkies, so we could go around the park, maybe start to the left of the carousel and go around with what we know. Obviously, if you go into a store, you can get your fruit snacks, your coaster candy, your little tub of cotton candy.
Or they have Takis too, I think.
I don't know if I've seen the Takis in there. I've seen the pickles. Haven't seen Takis yet. Did you see Takis, Kim?
No.
I haven't seen any.
I don't recall.
It doesn't mean they're not there. Because I have one that would always pick it if she saw it, and she hasn't. So if you go to the left of the carousel, you can get to Antoine's. You can get a funnel cake. And Bob, you said peppermint funnel cake was included, or does it have an upcharge?
Well, here's tale of two stories. Two different experiences, two different funnel cake locations over the weekend. Saturday, we hit up Antoine's, got the peppermint funnel cake sundae, was not upcharged the $3 for it. However, it did not come with ice cream. So it was the funnel cake, the whipped cream on it, the peppermint sprinkle, but no ice cream.
Oh, that's like the St. Louis style funnel cake.
Yesterday at Miss Kringle's, that was the full-blown funnel cake sundae with the ice cream, with the upcharge on there. And the counter sign in both locations said sundae and actually has ice cream listed on it.
With an upcharge or no?
Yes, the $3 with the $3 upcharge. But I'm talking more of the actual like counter sign that gives the product description. It does say ice cream on it. I should have grabbed a photo of it while we were there. Yeah. Speaking of funnel cakes, got to give a shout out to the crew at Miss Kringle's. They were awesome with the lines as long as they were. People were getting served with a smile each and every time. So job well done over there.
I will say employees have been rock stars. I know that they're working their tails off and it never lets up, but rock stars. So you can get your funnel cake. You can also get ice cream in a cup if you really want to do that in 32-degree weather. And I don't remember if were root beer floats still in Antoine's?
I don't recall if it was on there. I know it was in Miss Kringle's. I seen it up on the.
Okay, so then it probably is. So you can get a root beer float. Don't forget, if you're diner elite, you can stop and get your s'mores kit, even if you don't want to make your s'more. We took them home and we had some delicious chocolate covered graham crackers as a snack today. As you're going through, sometimes Jack's Snack is open. I don't see it open that much. I'm going to assume that that's just for snack wise. Is it just churros and pretzels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was open yesterday. I didn't really look at the menu. I know they were, I think, using that too for obviously the chocolate churros.
Yeah.
Remember Appreciation Day. But I'm thinking, yeah, probably your churros, pretzels. I'm not sure what else is on the menu.
Yeah, I
though.
haven't seen. I know somebody had asked if they had like just standard nachos that weren't a meal. I've not seen those anywhere. I think you have to do the meal. So then you walk around. The next place you're going to jump into. Oh, Clean Team Vets. Yes, I did see more. The Clean Team is on it. You
They are
cannot see a
fantastic.
table. Those tables are cleared and they're like hawks cleaning them up. That's great.
Yes, Laura. Speaking of Clean Team, just Laura and I were watching the Clean Team while we were in line for Miss Kringle's. Maybe 10 seconds of a
Yeah.
table being empty before it's wiped down. And we're
It's
talking not
amazing.
only the table, but the bench itself.
Yeah.
So they're doing a fantastic job.
I would love to see that stay around. It is great because they really do try to get as many people sitting down. I noticed they just have tables wherever they can have them spread out. So if you're walking around, you don't get to anything after Jack's Snacks until you get to, I guess Claim Jumpers. They don't have a snack at Claim Jumpers. It's just,
I
Yeah,
haven't
no
stopped
snack.
at them yet. The line's always been too long for them.
yeah.
Well, yesterday they weren't even open yesterday. I was all set. When we walked in, I'm like, I want to get some soup. And
Yeah.
I looked at the mobile ordering app because I did realize you can actually place your order from the car. On the mobile app, it does pick it up that you're in the park. I mean, obviously you have to get close to the location to tell them to prep the food, but you can at least check in on the thing. And it was on there. It was showing, but it was saying not available. So sure enough, we walked by. I'm like, they're closed. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's staffing or it was just they were out of soup,
Or-
but
Someday
no
I will
soup.
get soup. I've been trying to get soup since last year. I've never gotten soup.
I think a lot of the restaurants too have those big cookies.
Yeah, I think Moose Burger does. You can order that on the app. We tried to be slick and order brownies from Strutters on the app, and then they only had one brownie, but they were so nice. And we waited for them to, they said, oh, we'll bring some brownies from the warehouse. And then that didn't happen. And then they ended up walking over and grabbing some fudge for us instead. So we were accommodated. We just wanted to leave because it was really busy around Strutters. It's not my favorite place to hang out after tree lighting. So yeah, you can get, I think you can get big cookies. If you go over, let's see, then you go over, and it's not the way I usually walk. So this is like doing the alphabet backwards. So Moose Burger, then I guess you'd hit Funnel Cake next, wouldn't you? Grant,
Yes.
what was that?
Cream of Sprinkles.
Grandma Kringles. Long line, please social distance. It's sad to see the long line, but it needs to distance. I think that's just an issue of demand. I don't think that'll ever not have a line. And then you into the food court. I know you can get your cheesesteak cheesecake on a stick. I also saw big cookies at the locations in the food court. Macho Nacho has pretzels and churros for a snack. Also, you can pick up your s'mores. We had no problem going in and picking up our s'mores at like just a little bit after 5. But then when we were leaving at 5:30, that line, it's after the tree lighting. That's just that natural progression. If you go to, if you go into Southwest, then you can go to JB's and get your apple dumpling. Highly recommended. It is probably the fanciest warm snack. they heat up very well in a toaster oven um, the next day. And then in most cases, the watering hole is open just around the corner. And they also have your standard snack fare, I think churros and pretzels, and then cotton candy. So that's a place where you can get the hand spun cotton candy if you don't want the ones that have been sitting in the tubs. And then go over to Strutters. They have brownies, maybe. Sometimes I've seen cookies on their menu, so it might be different. And then Judy's, obviously fudge. Have they had the popsicles in there? That would be really silly. But I'm sure if they did, you could get a popsicle too.
The cooler's in there. I know that much.
Okay. I haven't even walked into Trudy's. It's just been so busy that and I've heard that with the fudge this season, they've been doing we received double. So when Hurricane Harbor was open, if you wanted to buy the fudge, you got 2 pieces. But if you had a snack size, you got 1 piece, which has always been the snack. But then yesterday we were given the double pack. So we either were given a little bit of compensation or the wrong thing. I don't know. But
Well,
that was
not to burst your bubble, Sarah, but we went and got the,
the
fudge as the snack, and it was that double piece in there.
Was it?
So it wasn't
Mine's
like
in the fridge,
a
so
single sleeve, the single cut from a separate spot. She just like pick any of the flavors on here. So we got
either way, that's fantastic. And ours was very fresh.
Yeah.
Took it to my mom. She's needs it because she's doing remote learning with 2 of my kids. And I think that's going to have her survive the week. And that's kind of where you can find the snacks. They're a little trickier. So obviously bottles of water in the retail, a bottle of Dasani if you need it to go for some reason. And then, Bob, where's the cinnamon Coke? That's a snack.
Cinnamon Coke is in Ms. Kringle's.
Oh, Miss Kringle's.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So if you really want your cinnamon Coke. So they're around. They're just a little harder to get to. You can mobile order. If it's in a restaurant that does mobile order, you can mobile order your snack. It's nice and convenient. You can get there's a lot of things that are packaged that you can take as a snack on the way home. And then there are some fresh things like funnel cakes and apple dumplings. Is Bob frozen? Oh,
yeah.
Am I frozen?
You were, yeah, a little bit. We can't see you.
I could just stand here, just stay frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Not gonna lie, I kind of do that sometimes.
It's like, is he really frozen or not? Like
for my Zoom audience during the day.
So one thing that I've noticed, and I want to bring this up, and it's really with Laura being a Special Olympics coach. It's the roundup for Special Olympics. I've only really seen the sign promoting it only in one shop. It is there. It's a shame that the employees are not asking to round up your purchase. For those who aren't sure, when they're saying, do you want to round up? If you spent $12.70, they're going to round it up to $13 and donate 30 cents to Special Olympics of Illinois. I intentionally made a purchase in probably all 3 of the gift shops to see if they were going to ask. Never ask. We had.
Oh, he's freezing.
You can either have the purchase amount rounded up, or you can $1, $3, $5 to Special Olympics.
Yeah, I wish
so
there'd
just
be
it's just one of those things I wish they were actively promoting.
Yeah, I know they really do a lot with Special Olympics, and I haven't been asked once, and I totally would do it. And I forget because there isn't a sign, and wish.
Yeah, because they usually do that big
the
poster event to help sponsor, and then obviously they couldn't do that.
And they have a night. They have a special. I don't know if I'm sure they still do it, where they have a Special Olympics night for the Olympians and their families. They at least used to. I don't imagine they would have taken that away.
But now if they had a secret shopper going around doing that, then and they get a promotion, then they would be suggesting that.
Yeah.
Because that's the way they are with the cups. I remember my daughter, they're like, oh yeah, if you suggest a cup and then it's the secret shopper, you get extra blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah. So maybe they would think of a promote or an incentive for it.
Because if you ever notice, every year you go there, they're like, hey, do you want a cup? And you're like, I already have one. You're filling
Got
it.
a cup right here. Yeah. Well,
I've seen the secret shopper job for it. The job, it's a big deal. I could never qualify because I worked there, but I worked there, not work there. But yeah, they do. I haven't seen one this year, but
send the junkies in as secret shoppers.
oh, you see me. It's not me. I can't take that job. But
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I think we want to be always open and honest about how things feel and safety because we know people are in different places. And so part of the reason we wanted to do this is number one, to acknowledge that we've seen some changes in processes. I've noticed full-time management really trying to think through how things look like on from a guest perspective, actually like meeting together, trying to figure out how to make the food experience better. You cannot walk into any of the restaurants the second week. As the first week, I think people were walking in and ordering and waiting a little bit. That you cannot. They have closed off the entrance and then you walk up and there's queues outside and you pick it up. I think as I remember, there were people walking into Strutters and Moose Burger and waiting. Those kitchens are completely and dining rooms are completely closed off. I think it's still people not understanding that it's an Illinois decision. It's not a park decision. They're not trying to keep everyone cold. Yeah, when I was waiting in line at Strutters, people were like, this is ridiculous. In the summer, they let us sit, and now they won't give us somewhere to sit. I'm like, no, it's not them. It's the state of Illinois. It's everywhere in the state. And I think they've been great, especially there's heaters in the tent by the food court. They have, we've had fairly mild weather for Illinois so far, so it's been okay. And you got to think like if you're walking, you've got an employee standing there. I mean, they're really being troopers. They're standing there for the shift. I did notice in Strutters, they were I would give them a shout out. They had somebody whose job was to just fill drinks and have them organized by types. So then when somebody ordered a drink, they didn't have to wait and say, oh, what do they need? They just grabbed it right off the bar. So like she was just pouring, and that's one of the food like the processes that I saw at Six Flags New England last year that I thought was great is they just keep making food and you just grab what's there. And I saw a little bit of that happening in Strutters. I know they want to keep it fresh and you can't do that with everything, but at least with the drinks, they were doing that. So way to go, Strutters. And I'm sure JB's was doing the same thing because they have a bar to put things on too. So.
Yeah. And also, keep in mind too, with some of these, I've seen a lot of training going on, a lot of on the registers. For a lot of these employees, they are working different areas of the park that they're not used to working. I mean, you might have somebody who's working rides, they're now serving your food. So, or it could have been somebody with games, they're now working in food. So there's a lot of training still going on. I mean, I'm a trainer in the real world, so training is when I see it going on. I have no problem going up to that person that's actually being trained if there's multiple registers, just because it's what I do. But yeah, you need just be a little patient with them. They're still learning. It's only the second week that it's been open.
We are so happy I think as a group to just see growth and adjustments made from one week to the next. And we know that as we get closer to the holidays, it's just going to get a little more busy. And to have constant trying to do things better and looking at your processes and training. And it's really great to see. It shows that the park really does care, and wants to put on a great experience for us. They're just we're all working with some limitations with this whole situation. So, just marked, even with Saturday, it was still better with no mobile ordering working on Saturday than it was the Saturday before.
I kept getting a ARI message when I was trying to order my food at Moose Burgers yesterday. And
Yeah.
every time, and then it would let me get to the point where I could pick the person I wanted to use the meal credit for, and then it would kick me out and I would have to start over.
Sometimes I got that. And I don't know. I haven't tested in Moose Burger. I got that a little bit in the summer, and it turned out if there was one item not programmed correctly at the restaurant, and if you happen to pick that one item, so like at Hurricane Harbor, it was the kids' meal wasn't programmed. So if I put that in there and tried to assign it to someone, it crashed the app. And I'm not sure what it would be at Moose Burger. If it's just
getting cheeseburgers with hot chocolate, so
yeah, it shouldn't have been that.
And I was getting chicken with just drinks, and it was doing it too.
Yeah, so then that's I don't know. I just noticed that if it was one item that wasn't programmed, because then I would go try it without that item, then it worked, and then I tried it with that item and it crashed. I like to try to break things, but I think they were whatever happened. I on Saturday when whatever happened with the app, if we want to say that it crashed or something, I had an order in the queue at the time. My order came up canceled, but all I did is walk up to Moose Burger and say, "Hey, I put an order and it was canceled," and they already knew. They said, "Yes, for the people that happened to, what did you order? We'll make it for you right now." So I think that whether it be that it crashed and that is what closed all the restaurants, or if it crashed and someone manually went and immediately closed all the restaurants to new orders, that really did help that they at least had it closed down on Saturday.
I had no problems with Moose Burger. We ordered there twice through the app. Once, and this was more of a test, because the first time we went by, it was when we first got in the park. It was empty, so people waiting to actually order. There was a line of people waiting to pick up mobile orders, put it in, still had the food 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
The interesting was, what I found interesting though was the fact that there was people already waiting for mobile orders, and our order came up before some of them. So I don't know if they might have been just hanging out there because they couldn't hit on the app to have the food prepared. Because that's the thing, you got to remember, you got to not only put the order in, because it's not going to let you hit that prepared food.
But sometimes, like last Sunday, I ordered a half hour. I don't know how accurate that is, but like I went to hit prepare and my order was already done. Only your pass is loaded in your app. Same problem. Yeah. Who knows? I do think that they have worked on their processes of having it done. I've now tried mobile ordering at Moose Burger. It was a canceled one, but that wasn't specific to that restaurant. I've tried it at Strutter's and JB's and at Thrill Burger and Primo's. Much smoother, much more clear. I think they have a system. They're working their tails off. You can see that those kitchens are busy, and it's a little bit of a walk to get it up, but it's getting done.
Yeah, again, it's
still fantastic.
Mobile ordering is a new process for a lot of people as well, employee and from the guest side.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's definitely some guest training on it. I also noticed for the first time, I had another mobile order first yesterday. For the first, I think I went in at 5:35. And normally, any other time if I had gone at 5:35, I could have taken a 5:30 to 5:45 choice. Not only could I not pick the 5:30 to 5:45, I couldn't pick until 6 o'clock. So it was the first time where I ever experienced that slots were full for strutters. So which I didn't think was, I thought that maybe was a problem in the app, that they were never saying, no, you can't order. And maybe part of the reason that things weren't working. But that time, the first time I looked at it, there was a 5:45, and then I hesitated and we were looking at something else. And then I went back, and my next time wasn't until 6 o'clock. So there appears to be some limit to the number of orders that they'll take at that time, which is encouraging. Kind of annoying if you're on a schedule, but you're not going to get your food earlier than that anyway if they have too many orders. So I think it was more realistic that they gave me that 6 o'clock time. And I got through my order before I could get it. Yeah. Ed says that his was ready before he said prepare. That happened to me last week. My order was ready before I checked in, and probably it was ready. It was Sundays. It was the Sunday before last, which was dead. And it was probably ready like 20 minutes or before my pickup time.
Better early than never.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. I walked up, they handed me the bag, and went on my way. So
It was good to see, a few new merch items added too.
yeah.
The mask, a couple, they brought in a few of the masks that were not there previously.
Yeah, we talked about those.
We have the stripe one now. The stripe one, well, upside down, there we go. The stripe one. And then also the Naughty Nice and I Tried.
I will give another thing I saw were the 3D glasses, and I don't think I ever saw those. I'm going to give a recommendation for those. So they're at the is it the Mercantile, or it's the store in Southwest. They were at the register, and they had all these different kinds. There was like a gingerbread and a snowman and a snowflake. They're buy 3, get 1 free. It was a little tricky getting the Diamond Elite discount to work with buying 4. They had to do each one separately. So I'll give you that warning. But what they do is they turn the lights into whatever shape is on the glasses. And like, my kids are not even that young anymore. Like, I have kids ranging from 9 to 15. They were just so amused that they could look at you look at any lights, they're not 3D glasses. All of a sudden, if you have the snowman one, all the lights are snowmen. Or all the lights are gingerbread, or all the lights are snowflakes.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And then they started wearing them in the car, and they're like, oh, the stoplights are snowmen. They're pretty entertaining. So if you're looking for something really cheap to give to your kids, to just add a little magic, I would get those glasses. Those little 3D glasses. Okay, across from Moose Burger. So they're probably everywhere. And I just
they were there. Is where I saw them by Moose Burger over there.
I had never noticed. So they're kind of cool, because then, like I said, they work on all lights. So put them in your car, and if you're going driving around, look at Christmas lights. Please don't wear them when you drive.
I was going to get that to JB to do.
But your passengers can wear
them. Get home
them,
faster that way.
Really fun. Oh, you wear them when you drive? Make things better.
We'll get Rich to do it. Driving the semi down the road.
They also have a drawstring bag now for Holiday in the Park. I know I probably just hid my face, but as well. Still no hoodies. If anyone is listening that has the power to bring new merchandise in, we want Holiday in the Park hoodies.
And a new ornament.
Yes.
And a pin.
Yes, a pin would work. So Santa, if you are listening to us, we're asking for a few items.
Please. The drawstring bag is kind of small compared to other drawstring bags. Like it's almost like it's shorter. But it's cute. It's what, $6.99.
Yeah, it's the same size as the actual those member drawstring bags, which I've noticed every store has them now. The ones that actually say member on them. Previously, I've only seen these in the app where you can redeem points for them. This is the first time I've actually seen them actually in the shops now.
The hats, the official holiday in the park, stocking caps or beanies, they're gone.
Rich
That's
found
sold out.
these. Rich found these. They're
Oh yeah, I saw
sorry.
those. Those are cute.
Sorry, I'm trying to
What-
get it focused here. There we
What
go.
is it?
There we go.
Happy
Oh,
camper.
ball cap.
And
Is
they
that
kind of
the
have like a
COVID
they
camper?
kind of have like a worn look, like they've been worn before type look on them.
Does that
Sorry.
match the COVID camper?
That's not there
It's
anymore.
gone, which is gone.
It's gone. COVID camper's gone, but I think that'd be funny.
Maybe it's gonna move around the park like the food truck.
Oh,
Oh, that would be pretty good.
Why can't we have the food truck as an option?
Oh,
seriously. Could you
Holiday
imagine
case-
the line though to get some quesadillas?
Oh, I know.
or even chili was one of the soups.
What did Rich say that they moved the meal, another chain back to food, that the meal loaded tater tots are in the small container, so it's like a snack size. Come on.
And make sure you look inside your stuff because we ordered loaded, and the guy even goes, "I need loaded potato, like the potato tot or the tots." And then Rich went and opened it up, and here it's just regular ones. So make sure you kind of, I know they kind of put them in the bag, but you know, you can just kind of glance at it before you totally walk away if you have enough time.
Yeah, well, and especially that's such a like brand new menu with everything.
I do have a s'mores thing that we haven't used yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like bad with this. There.
Yeah, they're the chocolate covered grams and a giant marshmallow. Can't go wrong.
So.
I love cleaning the smell of fire pit off of me every week. But it is that's a very nice perk that has been changed to kind of, it's more in line with what we see with Fright Fest and Haunted House wristbands now.
How much did you want to pay?
To be able to Diamond Elite. So what is it? It's original Diamond Elite. So if you were already Diamond Elite, or if you were Diamond and enjoyed an upgrade to Diamond Elite, you can get that for every visit. And then Diamond, if you were upgraded to Diamond or paused or whatever it was, then you get one per season. But it's really kind of nice to have that perk. I think my son enjoyed it in his hot cocoa today.
She keeps turning it.
Noticed was and Laura actually pointed this out. She sent me a text on this. Was the buy one get one tie dyes? Week one, you only had one option for tie dyes. If you went, it was all like either the cool one, or another one was more like a pinkish blue. So depending on the shop, you're stuck getting two of the exact same sweatshirts. Well, now there's at least two tie-dye options in each of the shops where they're offering the buy one, get one tie-dyes.
How responsive is that? I feel like that's so responsive to push the merch around and to pull the hot cocoa out. I love that there's adjustment as they look through what
I noticed too, it made me crazy. I had mentioned to David Major and his team about the people leaning over the fence and being right on top of the people. And this week that fence was pulled more out so that there is room between that fence and those people sitting on that edge.
Yeah, that was one conversation I witnessed with some people that I, happen to know were in full-time management. They were trying to process how to manage the show crowd with the food crowd at Mooseburger, and they were really kind of thinking through how they could manage their space and talking through that. It is really great to see that they're looking at safety and We finally got to catch the baking show, and we didn't have anyone breathing on us. It was really nice.
Did you like it?
We loved it.
It's the best.
I went with my 15-year-old who is big into dance, and she's like, she's a real dancer. So whoever you are in that, if you ever see this, great dancing. And I just thought that the show was cute. And like, if you just have to catch that one. You can't leave that without a smile. There's
like so much comic relief in it, and it's like there's adult jokes along with the kid jokes.
Yeah, it's great. It's really refreshing. Now 2 years in a row, we've had a hard time just timing it right to get to the holiday hold on. We never got there last year. I'm going to try so hard to get to that one next weekend. We just never, like, we were sitting there at 5 and then the show was until 6. And so that one is my last one to catch.
We did a lot of walking yesterday because I kept screwing up the show times back and forth. And it was like, wait, we're not going to wait 90 minutes for this one. Let's run over to Bake Me Crazy. And we got to Bake Me Crazy and they were ending. And it was like, I thought they were all at the same exact time to avoid crowding, but there's just a few tweaks between a couple.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we got. I was thinking that I think I got to Mooseburger thinking that Holiday Hoedown was going to be at 5:30 because Baking Me Crazy and Wonderland are 5:30, but then that one's at 6. So,
sir.
I'm not making one. Oh, yeah. Keep getting to the last part. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes it's just hard, especially with the one depending on how you walk and what your meal schedule is. So I've missed Holiday Hoedown. I hope it's not 2 years. I missed it last year, but I'll try to catch it this year.
If anybody has the Bake Me show, Bake Me Crazy, and wants to put it on YouTube, my daughter wants to see it, and we couldn't find it on YouTube.
It's on the Junkies page, I think, because I went live.
The
first time I saw it.
Oh, nice drinking cups. They do make nice drinking cups for season pass holders. And so yours is orange, and we did read, so they're on sale right now for $27.99. And I believe, can season pass holders exchange their regular cup for the $20 rate?
Yeah, because my mom has hers.
Yeah. So like if you take your regular cup and you exchange it, and then I did read on the sign that the ones that are dated 2020 will be honored in 2021. Double check before you buy it on the sign, but I read it on the sign and in the newsletter that if you upgraded to an orange one, because I don't imagine the park wants to scrap them. They're really nice and they probably cost them some money too. So they do. So, everything I've read is said that you can, if you buy them for holiday in the park, you will have them for next year.
Christmas presents.
Yeah. Yeah. For your season pass holder.
For that
unless
don't they make you exchange your plastic cup for it? So you couldn't really, unless you had a million plastic cups of the right color.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those, let me tell you. I only got like 10 of them laying around the house.
Yeah, so you do need to exchange to get the difference. The price differential isn't that bad right now. During the regular season, we didn't have a regular season. During Hurricane Harbor season, it was $49.99 without giving a cup. But now it's $27.99 or $19.99. So even if you can't find your orange cup or you don't, you're still saving. It's still just just a tad above half price. So no discounts on any refillable cups. It's just always in the terms of service, but no pass holder or member discounts, but they are offering the cups at a discounted rate. And I would grab it now, because if you wait until next season when they have a 2021 cup, you're going to be paying the $50 rate. You might as well buy the one that says 2020, even though we want it to go away. I would take a marker and put 2021 or it's going to be good till next year.
And it's only for the orange ones have the year on it, right? Ours don't have a year.
Yeah, member do not have the year on them.
Jamie froze.
She's here.
Did anybody figure
Looks
out,
like Jamie
or anybody
can-
out there, because I know we've kind of brought it out, about the bar that's over by Big Louise's?
It was
Big
open.
Louis.
It was
Is that
open.
a bar or
It's a
is
bar.
It
it?
was open Sunday for the first time we saw it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we walked in there and they
Yes.
said it was a bar, but I'm like, okay, what kind of stuff are they serving?
they had frozen Jack and I'm not a so I just thought I'm gonna assume frozen Jack and Coke. I don't
They had like
have enough
coffee
money to
things in
drink,
there.
so
That's why we thought maybe it had coffee.
Yeah, we
I
thought we were
did.
gonna get really lucky and get hot chocolate with no one
Yeah.
in there and none in line.
yeah.
No hot
Did you ask?
cocoa.
Did he have hot chocolate?
They had the big
No.
the big metal things in there, so we didn't know what it was.
Oh.
Maybe he
I
just
think
didn't want to help anybody.
I think
don't
that's the perfect spot to serve boozy hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are doing alcohol though, I seen over by BJ's.
Yep.
There's people
We were-
standing out there.
We were in line and beers were flying out of JB's. Dumpling.
Smart.
That's good. They're a good money maker. Keep drinking the beer, people.
So when you said there was nothing to do on the east side, there absolutely is something if you're over 21 now. Then I take the left side, stop at the bar, and then go to the dance party over in Yankee Harbor.
Oh geez. That'd be pretty bad.
I just wish there was a DJ there just hyping it up. I love that.
When we walked by there, I'm trying to think it was Saturday night or
Saturday.
Sunday night. There was one night the audio just kept cutting out
It was Saturday.
there. It
Oh,
was-
yeah, I
it was
blamed him
really
for it.
bad.
That's where we ran into Sarah. It was Saturday.
But they fixed it. I mean, it seemed that it was fixed later on when we went by a second time. But yeah, it was pretty bad that first time by.
So next week our hours are what? Are we just another Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
When do
Yep.
we see it go during the
I
week?
believe that starts that
After
Monday
Christmas,
before
I think.
that Monday right before Christmas, I think is
Okay.
when it opens up
Oh,
for the weekday, and then obviously it's closed on Christmas, and then we get the 26th through the 30th.
Oh, those are the added dates. Okay.
for
Cool.
it. Any
Cool
last
beans.
thoughts? Anyone? No.
Any questions?
Yes. Any questions from anybody who is still watching us, wondering why?
Oh, they have wine. There's wine at the bar.
hmm.
Is
Ooh.
it in a juice box form?
Wine out of a straw.
Again, I don't know what these things. December 21st, 23rd, 28th, 29th, a weekday. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, just looking through the comments here.
Oh, when we turned in our orange plastic cups, they gave us red ones. Well, lucky you.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
Somebody must have been new training.
My
where
mom,
do
when
you
she
get the-
traded in her orange one, they didn't even take it.
Yeah. Where I think you can get if you go to any of the big restaurants, you can get the stainless steel cups for the orange ones. Where do you get the red because member services isn't open? Is that you have to go to GR now?
No,
You have to go
member
directly?
services is open.
Oh, it
Member
is open?
services is open.
Okay. Oh, they'll upgrade you to season pass.
Did you? Speaking of
I've not
upgrading,
seen the check-in button for shows. I've tried.
speaking
Okay.
of upgrading to season passes, you hear that deal that they're offering, the in-park announcement that they're making
No.
with the season passes? They're allowing you to upgrade your one-day ticket purchase for $30 to a season pass.
Oh, they've always had that.
Oh, have they? Okay. Because I
Yeah.
was thinking, I'm like, you paid 20, so what? That's $50 for a season pass.
Yeah. Well, and it's 50. I think it's like $59.99 online anyway, but then you have to pay a processing fee. So you're It doesn't work on the free friend tickets because I think you have to have a proof of purchase. So you'd have to have like your ticket. So it used to work on the free friend tickets back when they were a ticket, but that's kind of how they closed the loophole because your friend doesn't have a ticket stub. But like reading tickets, when people would go in on their Read to Succeed tickets, they get season passes for $30, or they've had that since maybe the late 90s, and it hasn't gone up. It's been at that $29.99. So if that is a really brilliant way, again, it doesn't work with your bring a friend. So like if you were to bring a friend for, is it $14.99?
Yep.
That doesn't,
$14.99.
what is it? $9.99 or $14.99?
$14.99.
$14.99. That wouldn't work. I don't think, because they don't have you have to show like a ticket stub. And I think that's part of how they close the bring a friend loophole. Even you can always ask. I don't think it would work. But if they buy a ticket and have their printout, they can upgrade for 30. So that's a really economic way to get a season pass.
Yeah, and speaking of tickets to Holiday in the Park, we do have a winner for our contest that we need to announce. So the lucky winner of our 2 tickets to Holiday in the Park is Brooke. I'm probably going to butcher it. It's either Traeger or Trigger. Congratulations, you won the pair of tickets. So we'll be reaching out to you. Have Sarah, actually, I'll have her send you off a message. If you can reply back to her with your contact info, we'll go ahead and get those tickets mailed out to you.
Yeah, I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I'll get them to you. Yep. How do you let's see. Oh, we're frozen. Oh, when the serve. Well, we did see that in the summer. When you can go inside, they do have mobile order pickup, and some of us have seen it at other parks. You just sit down and wait until you're called up, and it does. You just go straight to the pickup window instead of stopping at the cashier. Yes, congratulations, Brooke. She invited a lot of people, and she had the people who confirmed and thanked her for coming in. So hopefully she'll bring her friends because she invited a whole bunch. And we can thank our anonymous donor for sharing some tickets. All right. Hey, we keep it under an hour.
Yes, awesome. All right. Well, anything else from you guys?
No.
All right. Well, until next time, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you around the park.
Bye.
Bye.